Pop Smoke, aka Bashar Jackson, is an American rap artist from Canarsie, Brooklyn, in the state of New York. The name Pop Smoke is a fusion between the two nicknames he had as a kid, which were Papa, from his grandmother, and Smoke O Guwap, from the streets. His primary artistic influences are 50 Cent, DMX, and Lloyd Banks. If you listen to his song PTSD, the chorus on that track sounds eerily similar to something 50 Cent might have dropped back in the Get Rich or Die Tryin' era. Pop Smoke's rise to fame stemmed from his song entitled Meet the Woo, which was first uploaded to YouTube around 3 months ago at the time of recording this video, and has already amassed close to 3 million views. In May of 2019, Pop Smoke dropped the song Welcome to the Party, which garnered 6 million views on YouTube in the 2 months that it's been up. And Cardi B also made an IG post where she was singing the rapper's lyrics from the song. This likely brought further attention to Smoke. Pop Smoke sets himself apart from his contemporaries by choosing to lay his vocals over UK drill-style instrumentals, primarily produced by 808 Mellow, instead of choosing the American-style trap beats that everybody else is currently using. Smoke also has a very distinct, deep, and raspy voice. These elements combined make him a much-needed breath of fresh air in the current landscape of hip-hop, since it has become pretty stagnant and boring in my opinion, as fewer and fewer people are willing to experiment and take risks with their sound. Pop Smoke dropped his debut album through Victor Victor and Republic Records, entitled Meet the Woo, on July 26th of 2019. Let's get into the cook-up. I pulled up this Nexus piano preset, and I'm going to lay down a melody in E minor. I also copy and pasted the melody I made into this Contact harpsichord. Here's what the layered melody sounds like. I'm going to export this melody to a WAV file, and I'll pull it up in the playlist. I want to set it to stretch, pitch shift it 12 semitones, and reverse it. Now I'm going to apply the gross beat half speed preset. As you can probably hear, it has some pretty abrasive high-frequency stuff going on, so I'm going to have to EQ that out. I'm also going to throw some reverb on there as well. Here's what the melody sounds like now. I pulled up this patch in OmniSPHERE, and I pasted the melody from before. I'm using Alt-Y to reverse the melody. I'm just adding this in as a bit of background noise, just to fill up the mix even further. It's going to be a subtle element in the final mix that you probably won't really notice. I laid down a snare. I made this secondary snare pattern. I added a crash. I made this kick pattern. I laid down some hats. A lot of my feedback on my UK drill tutorial was that my 808s weren't crazy enough and the slides weren't fast enough. I'm spending significantly more time than usual on this 808 pattern, in hopes that I will get it right this time. there's a pretty delicate balance here, because if you go too crazy with the 808s, the beats will be too hard to rap over. Here's the 808 pattern I came up with. Let's see what the drums sound like all together. I'm also adding in some sound effects to the track. First, we'll have this money counter sound. Then I have this beep. I have this vocal sample. And I'm also going to use these 4 sounds over here from the oboe drill pack. I got it from Reddit r/drumkits. Alright, now it's time to write some lyrics. Pop Smoke's lyrics focus on 1. The woo. 2. 092 MLBOA. 3. Flexin'. Money, cars, luxury brands, etc.
Brad! Yo, how old are you, man? Brad!
4. Guns, drugs, etc. 5. He'll film an action movie. He says this in multiple tracks, like Scenario and Hawk'em. As for vocal mixing, Pop Smoke's vocals are very raspy and deep. In order to get this effect, I'll be throwing the sound goodizer on my vocals and cranking it way up. I'll also be boosting some of the mids with an EQ, which I normally don't really do. And then it's just mixing as usual. Compressor, parallel processing with some delay and reverb, a limiter, and a de-esser. And just a disclaimer, I'm not attempting to do an outright impression of Pop Smoke. I'm just attempting to emulate some of his flows and subject matter found within his lyrics. With all of that out of the way, let's see what we've come up with.
Jay made the beat, so we mixing them
Spend a few racks up in Dior, fucking your bitch like she all mine. I keep that heat on my hip, tuck. You only talk the shit online. Pull up, I'm filming a movie. I'll shoot a goof at a hoopty. I'll film an action movie. Pull up and snatch his jewelry. Already knew that I'm woo. Hang with the ooders and goons. You a buffoon, might you roll up? I'll send a goof to his tomb. 092, I'm caking. Look at the money we making. I know these hoes all be snaking. Bitch, I'ma rake 'em.